Anniversary of Jan is 12:20 p.m. December 11th. Not sure this is true, but the vibe these telepathy people are giving me is there is Houston police, some Dallas police, Austin police, some California police, and NYPD involved in organized crime, RICO, and terrorism, masquerading around as if they're law enforcement and lawmen, but they're thugs and criminals involved with RICO, terrorism, economic espionage. Not sure if it's true, but that's the vibe they're telling me. They're also involved with IP theft and data theft and stealing from United States citizens and then trying to murder them to cover it up. So be wary if you're a citizen of America, as there may be thugs and criminals disguised as law enforcement agents wearing badges. And you should be wary for this and be very cautious, as there's someone's not arresting these guys, and they're stealing data from United States citizens, committing crimes on them. According to these telepathy people, could be bullshit, but I mean, I've been held hostage for 5 years and 10 months, and there's a lot of kids involved with these crimes I'm a victim of, and there's some law enforcement agents who have knowingly allowed them to pretend to be victims of crimes I'm a victim of and steal money for crimes I'm a victim of, and have even let them steal intellectual property and data repeatedly. So there's clearly got to be some of these criminal thugs masquerading around as law enforcement. More thug life than Tupac Shakur. Threats to America and threats to the globe, kind of law enforcement. So they're floating around masquerading as law enforcement, wearing badges, pretending to be respectable guys, pretending to be lawmen, endangering your children, their colleagues' children, endangering your family, their fellow partners' families, pretend to be lawmen while endangering the globe and America one day at a time. So be wary for these guys. They like to gamble. They like to sell ideas that aren't theirs and pretend they're theirs or their children. So look for people like that. If you're encountering law enforcement agents running around with new age tech or ideas, science ideas, business ideas, tech ideas, alternative energy ideas, or involved with gambling, those are some of the terrorists masquerading around as law enforcement agents who are criminals involved in RICO and terrorism. Some of them may be involved in ritualistic community sexual violence on disabled people and involved with illegal autistic pornography, rape-like violence, gambling. So there's some law enforcement agents. So look for guys running around with ideas and trying to sell them to people illegally. They're probably mine. They're involved with this new age covert hostage scenario. Look for people involved in illegal gambling. Look for people trying to recruit you to a new age investigation company that revolves around stolen technology and property that was never even theirs. So this is the vibe I'm giving. Not sure, but there are people not arresting terrorists and criminals who they even caught stealing my property, and then instead of arresting them, they blackmailed for money and property that wasn't theirs. So there's thugs and terrorists and criminals potentially masquerading around as law enforcement agents and wearing badges who aren't law enforcement, and they're really criminals. So be wary. They may have even snuck in and pretended to be law enforcement and aren't even law enforcement, and like pretended they were transfers. So be wary for that. And this may be going on in different parts of America. So just keep your eyes open. Look for guys selling ideas that aren't theirs. Look for guys trying to recruit you to an investigation company with stolen technology and property. Look for guys pretending to be researchers, human programmers. Look for guys pretending guitar songs and rap songs that are mine or theirs. Those are some of the thugs running around with badges, pretending to be law enforcement. Look around for guys running around with data that isn't theirs. And look for guys involved with a RICO and gambling and telling you it's friendly when it's not. And those are some of the terrorists masquerading around as law enforcement wearing badges but are really criminals and terrorists. Praise Jesus.